What's up, everybody? Beauty Basics with Babsy here for you today. Yes, I know I've been MIA on this channel for a while. I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to work my life out. Because, you know, I'm live on Facebook. Like, I can't do everything one time. But I've kind of devised a plan on how I'm going to be doing these videos going forward. So I said I'm going to do this one today to get you guys back up in the crank and just start going back out for the rest of the week and letting you guys know how I'm going to proceed to do this channel going forward. Now, I come to talk to you guys today about microblading. Microblading is the latest trend when it comes to your eyebrows, and everybody's been talking about it, and I've watched a lot of videos on microblading, and I feel like there's a lot of things that people are not telling you when they're getting their eyebrows microbladed. So I figured that once my experience was over, I would come and talk to you guys about what I went through and how it worked for me. So right now I am 4 days post-op, I guess you could say, for my second session of microblading. Microblading is generally done in 2 sessions. So I had session 1 in April. I was supposed to have session 2 earlier in May, but I was traveling, etc., so I had to get session 2 later in May. And as I said, about 4 days in now, and this is what my eyebrows look like after the second round of microblading. The first round of microblading usually comes after a consultation session. I had my microblading done at my spa in Pickering. The individual who did my microblading is somebody named Rosanna. Now, why I wanted to kind of touch on this is because this is very, very important when you're getting your eyebrows microbladed. I don't think a lot of people understand this part, which is why sometimes people may have bad experiences when they get their eyebrows microbladed. Now, Rosanna is an art student, and she's very, you know, skilled in the eyebrow area. Microblading is a technique that is used like tattooing, but if you cannot draw, right, your tattoo's not going to look good. Hence the reason some tattoo artists are in more demand, because they draw exceptionally well, and then others, you know, will do a tattoo for you and it will look like crap. So this is the same thing with microblading. Just because someone knows how to use the blading and the tinting doesn't necessarily mean they know what's going to be the best eyebrow shape for you, nor, you know, do it even, equal, make it look proper. They may jack your face up, and that's just reality. So when you're researching these people, you know, my advice to you is to kind of look at the befores and afters of people that they would generally have on their site, in galleries. I will kind of stay away from the people who are like rookies and trying to figure it out, especially if you're a woman of color. Women of color, microblading is slightly different for them, because the pigment is not going to just be that generic color that, you know, will show up on white people. Obviously, I'm darker skinned, so my pigment is a lot darker, but I don't want to have black pigment and make my eyebrows look unnatural, you know. So it's a blending process that has to be done. Now, a lot of people are going to ask about pain. I'm not here to play any games and jokes. This shit hurts, and I have tattoos, you know. Tattoos was like, I was like chilling. This shit hurts. Round 1 hurt me a little bit more than round 2, and I will say that I'm one of those people, though, who does have a high threshold for pain. However, places like this, and, you know, if I go to the dentist, you know, I had to have like a baby tooth removed recently, and it was like they had to put Novocaine in my face 5 times for it to freeze. So I'm one of those people who generally don't respond to medications really quickly. So when they numbed my eyebrows, did all of that, Rosanna did all of that, it was like when she started, I was like, oh, hallelujah, hella top, me say hella bottom. Like, I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? But you know, she etched out the first shape. We got through that. She renumbed it again, and honestly, when she renumbed it, I felt nothing. But what I will tell you is that you might want to have headphones, because your skin is ripping. So when she was doing the second round, I couldn't feel it in my first session, because she did 2 rounds in one session and then 2 rounds in the second session. So the second round I didn't feel it, but I could hear the skin ripping, so I had to put in my nitty gritty and blast my reggae like, oh shit, this is loud. Took me a couple days to heal. Itching process was really intense for me. Really intense for me. It was itching really, really bad. I put coconut oil on my eyebrows like 3-4 times a day. When I did come home the first day, I did have to take 2 Tylenol 3s. It did throb for me. It did hurt for me. As with this second session that I came in this week, Tuesday, I had to come home. Tylenol 3s, took 2 of them as soon as I got home, whap, you know what I mean, and I was okay. And again, the first round in the second session hurt, not as bad as the first day, and I'm reversed because most people hurt more on the second day. And then basically when she renumbed it again, and then the second round on the second time, it went really, really smoothly. I'm going to see if I can insert a very, very close up of my eyebrows so you can see them. Now, the types of people who should get microblading. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but I'm a realist motherfucker out here. I don't think that if you're somebody who's home all day, doesn't go out a lot, microblading is for you. The reason I got microblading is because, one, I'm a video blogger. I travel a lot. And drawing on my eyebrows started to become an issue, especially for videos. There's times I wouldn't do a blog simply because I just couldn't get my eyebrows balanced. That's one. 2, my eyebrows in real life without this is almost non-existent. They're very, very thin. They're not dense. So I was getting my eyebrows threaded every 2 weeks and tinted every 2 weeks. And even with the tinting, I would still have to draw on my eyebrows. It was that bad. So I was never a person who had really, really good eyebrows. So like my friends Natalie and Marsha that you might see on my reality channels, they don't need microblading because they have a really good, strong density to their eyebrows, and there's enough range to give them a proper shape, which is what I never had. So one eyebrow and was a very different shape from the other, and only one person could ever get my eyebrows done correctly. So I started to get frustrated and annoyed with them, having to do videos, traveling, photo shoots, video drops. I'm doing 4 to 5 videos sometimes a day, you know, washing my face and then drying my, like, it just started to get really hectic for me, and that's why I got it. But I don't think, like, if you're somebody going to college, you know, you need microblading because it's expensive. It's about $500 you're going to need to pay to get it done. And, you know, for me, I would like to see you spend your money how you wish, but, like, if I want to be honest with you, I wouldn't spend it if you're, like, home all day, you're in college. Like, if you're somebody who is always kind of, you know, let's say you're a bartender, or even you work in, you know, a restaurant and you have to look a certain way all the time, microblading may be for you. But if you're someone who's just really, you know, you party once a month but you want to look good, microblading may not make sense. You know, it's a value system. And for me, when I'm buying eyebrow pencils once a week, I started to really feel like I need to do something. You know, as I said, I had very bad shaped eyebrows, very low density eyebrows. I just had struggles for my eyebrows all the time, and my natural brows don't even come in all this way where they're done now. You know, she's come in probably, you know, a centimeter in from where my eyebrows stop, right? So it's like I had messed up eyebrows. And that's the kind of thing I say when it comes to plastic surgery on top of that. Like, you know, you want to get breast implants, but you have a double D. You know what I mean? If you have a double A cup, I could see someone with a double A cup wanting breast implants. But you have a D cup breast and you're out here trying to get G cup, like, relax. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on it. I had a really good experience. Again, my spa in Pickering, Rosanna's who did mine. I really like Rosanna. She's very knowledgeable, good with black skin. And that was my concern because in Toronto, it did not seem like many of these microblading people did microblading on black skin. And as I said, it's a different kind of color balance that you have to do with black people. So in my first round, we went a little bit lighter, and in my second round, we went a little bit darker. I am extremely happy with them. You know, from round 1, even when I was in Barbados, where I just like put blotting powder on my face and walked out the house, people like, eyebrows on fleek, eyebrows on fleek. So I'm like, holla. So I'm like, imagine now that the second round is now done, and you know, it's gonna really be defined and crisp now. I'm really, really happy with this. But again, for me, I'm a person who's blogging, who's busy, who's doing a whole bunch of stuff. If you're not that kind of person, again, the pain that you go through, the money that you have to pay, it may not make it worth it. You know what I'm saying? So there you have it. Later on in the week, I have some videos for you guys, some setting powder stuff and a whole bunch of other things, because everybody wants to know what's going on. So just know that I'm back. I decided to do this video first because, as I said, this experience is fresh. I'm going to see if I can zoom in parts so you can see what they really, really look like. And I love you guys. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, Beauty Basics with Babsy. I'm going to be coming back talking about weaves and hair and certain things later on in the month. So you don't want to miss that. All right. Love you guys. See you soon.